This is no ordinary SF70H. This is an Aidan Millward SF70H. This is the SF70X. And X is Roman numerals for 10. 'Cause that's how many cylinders it's got. Hey everybody, it's Aidan here once again in some Assetto Corsa with a little bit of an experiment. Now, as you saw from my little parody of the old Marks and Spencer advert, we've got something that you're probably looking at and thinking, this is real F1, whee! But cutting to the chase, I've taken the SF70H from the Kunos Ferrari 70th anniversary pack, taken it to Aidan's Race Car Simulations and Engineering, which is my own version of the Skunk Works, and swapped the magical yet highly complicated 1.6 litre hybrid for the original 3 litre V10 from the F2004. And then put this black skin on it. Because when you do stuff at the Skunk Works, it's got to come out black. You know, like the SR71 and stuff. So this car, like I said, has had all the hybrid gizmos ripped out. Turbo? Gone. ERS? Gone. MGUH? Gone. It's a purebred 3 litre V10 with a 7-speed box, not an 8-speed, and revving to 19,000 RPM. Has the same torque curve as the F2004, the same clutch as the F2004, and the same horsepower output as the F2004. All this started out as a bit of a laugh, but then I thought about something. I've still got the original SF70H, so why not do a test? Would these modern F1 cars still be as quick with a V10 as opposed to these mega expensive hybrids? Now, I ask this because of a couple of things. Firstly, while both cars have the same rampant Italian stallions in the middle, this version built by Aidan's Race Car Simulations and Engineering is larger than the 2004 counterpart. Much larger. It's 5 metres long, 2 metres wide, and weighs 730 kilos. The 2004 car was 4.5 metres long and 1.7 metres wide and weighed in at 600 kilos. So power to weight ratios are going to be much lower in the version built by ARSE. So this should be interesting. The only thing I have altered beyond the engine stuff is that I've slightly increased fuel consumption due to the heavier car. But the aero package of the original SF70H is untouched. So let's settle the debate once and for all. Would these modern F1 cars still be as rapid with the older engines? Let's go to Barcelona and Monza and do some tests. Alright then, so here we are at Barcelona in sunny Spain in the SF70X. And what's going to happen here is 3 time laps in this car, followed by 3 in the original SF70H, to see if the engines can make a difference with these cars. Simply because the sheer power of the hybrids offsets the weight disadvantage that this car has over its 2004 big brother. And how different will the top speeds be at Monza? Now this should be interesting, as I've done no laps at either of the 2 tracks I'm going to test at in either car. So I have no idea how this will pan out. So we'll get started then at the Barcelona Grand Prix circuit. So we will have a fair test at a track that involves aero and mechanical grip versus a track that requires brute power from the engine. So let's have a quick look at the setup. And aside from the gear ratios, the setups will be identical for each car at each track. Now, only the engines will have been changed. This is like a Linus Tech Tips benchmark test. Now, the gears are fully adjustable in the SF70X. The tyres I'm going to whack on the Ultra Softs. Fuel I'm going to add 30 litres because this car consumes way more fuel than the other car, so that's something we need to take into account. Aero, alignment, and as you can see, nothing involving electronic driver aids such as the hybrid deploy or the traction control. I didn't add traction control to this car. The only thing that's remained the same is the DRS system. So without further ado, my shoes are now on camera. It would have been wrong to use any other colour of shoes for this test. So let's pop that clutch down. Put it in first gear. As you can see, no hybrid on board. And here we go. This is weird. Alright, into the final chicane. And power. This is the weirdest sensation I've ever had in sim racing. I'm not used to this noise coming out of this car. Not even flat through there. The modern ones are flat. It's amazing how much progress the cars have made in just 2 years with rule packages that decide to send them backwards. Well done, FIA. I'd applaud, but I'm busy. You idiots. Oh, into the chicane. DRS wide open as we start our second time lap. Downshift protection kicking in. Oh, now I've got some heat into those tyres. Flat out through there now. Still lifting through there, and that's turn 8. The worst corner on the track. This is not a track I particularly enjoy, but it is good for testing. Probably explains why they come here every year. Final lap then. Can we take some more time out? Downshift protection kicks in again. Oh, having to lift out of this. A bit of understeer. Missed the apex. Lost just under a tenth on that final lap, but a 1:22.5. Yeah, 1:22.5 is the time that the actual SF70H has to beat. So let's cut away from this, jump into the original car, and see if we can beat 122.5. Alright then, the original SF70. All the same, only the engine is changed, so I get to play with the hybrid settings. Let's see how much difference there is, if at all. Temperature, wind, aero settings, suspension, it's all the same. Forgot to put it to balance high for these runs. So this lap's probably invalid. Well, maybe not, because I was full boosting down the straight. Much easier to brake in this car compared to the V10. The engine braking is much more aggressive with these hybrids, I think. I think that might be the case. Rear end didn't want to lock as much either. One 122.6. Final lap then. One 122.1, so the hybrid is 0.3 of a second, 0.4 of a second a lap faster, because science. So That's probably because the hybrid has got more torque, so coming out of some of these slower corners, it's just accelerating that a little bit quicker. So let's take these cars over to Monza and see what they're like in a straight line. And now for 3 runs around Monza in the SF70-H. This should be interesting. Across the start line now. DRS open. Get it up to its top speed. 330 kilometres. Massive lock up into the chicane. That should be alright. That chicane's almost become a left-right flick now, hasn't it? DRS open for the second time here. Not going very quickly in a straight line though, compared to the F2004 at least. Alright, lap 2, let's try and get a better braking into the first chicane. That's much better. Ooh. That's what happens when you don't have traction control. This is just so weird. It's almost like this car is too heavy for the V10 to work properly. It needs the hybrid, I think. But we'll find out when we take the original car around. This is the final lap now. Final corner. Make it count. We're taking a tenth out of it. 1.5 tenths maybe. Okay then. A 125.7. I reckon the original SF70 is going to demolish this. Let's find out. And now time for the final run of the day. Now these cars might be closer than I originally thought. While the hybrid overcomes the weight differential between the F2004 and this one, the V10, the SF70-H, will get lighter faster because it burns fuel quicker. And since both cars have started each run with 30 litres of fuel in the tank, see where I'm going with this? Coming to the end of lap 1 here. .124.6, so we've gone faster already. But we might as well finish the run. See if we can chop any more time off. Accelerates faster, has a higher top speed. So maybe I was right that these modern cars are just too heavy for a V10 to give it the performance that you'd expect. Found some time back. Bearing in mind I've used the same setup for each run as well. The only thing that's changed is the engine. Ah! Alright, we'll abandon that lap then. The winner is the SF70-H hybrid Formula 1 car. Please stop making that noise. So anyway, if you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more things like this, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and leave your own thoughts in the comments as to why you think maybe the V10 was a little bit off in terms of performance. So around a normal circuit like Barcelona, they're quite similar, but when it comes to outright top speed, the SF70X suffered by a second a lap, which is, you know, was that what you were expecting? Let me know in the comments, like I said. So, yeah, that's been it. That is it from me. I've been Aidan Millward, and as always, thank you to all the people on your screen that have donated through Patreon or donated gear and other bits and pieces. And if you want to continue the chat further, I've got a Discord server if that's your thing, so you can come and join in the chat there. I think that's everything. I've waffled on for far too long. So, once again, I've been Adam Ord. Thank you, and goodbye.